Do you know what this is? It might look like an SSD, but it is really your own cloud using the new tools from Strada.
You're watching CineD, supported by B&H and CVP.
Welcome from NAB 2025. I'm here at the Strada booth with Michael Sioni. How are you?
Really good. Thanks for coming by.
Well, actually, we just saw each other. We just recorded a nice podcast, like a wrap-up of NAB. By the time you see this, that's long out. You know, in case you missed it, just catch it on the site. Very nice summary of where the industry's at, right? But we're not here to talk about NAB. We're here to talk about your product, Strada. You guys have made a lot of advancements over the last year. Is it 2 years? 2 years now. So what's new?
Well, you know, as we were building Strada, something kept happening to me. I would get my cell phone would have my Amex bill would show up on my monthly costs. And I realized that my costs kept going up from my collaboration cloud tools. So my Frame.io account, my Lucid account, even my Slack account. And every month it kept going up. And if you're successful telling stories, you shoot more of them. So you have more footage, so you keep uploading. And we realized that we couldn't even afford to keep our own collaboration cloud tools because we shoot too much. The internet's too slow. The cloud's too expensive. So we asked ourselves, well, what is a cloud? A cloud is your files on someone else's hard drive. Why can't that be your hard drive? And so what we got pushed by a lot of our customers is give us access to our hard drives, but give us the collaboration of the cloud. And so that's what we built. So what I can show you here is a little drive. This is just a 2 terabyte SSD, but it could be a RAID, it could be a NAS, it could be a SAN, it could even be a soft-mounted drive like an Avid Nexus or Lucid Link. And if I connect that to my computer, what we can see here is a little icon called the Strada Agent. And the agent allows me to see all the files on my computer, and I can choose with these little checkboxes if I want them to be shared as if they're clouds. But I can also share external connections. Here's that little Michael drive we looked at. If I connect that little button, now Michael instantly becomes a cloud. So on the client side, I can see the Michael drive. I can log into the drive, and I'm literally viewing files. These files are not in the cloud. I'm able to access these files right here, browse everything on the drive, and it's literally coming off the drive, and there's no upload to the cloud necessary for you to be able to collaborate.
How do you deal with internet speeds?
So internet speeds are really cool because these are dynamic. We can assess what is the internet available and make an adjustment. For example, this is my friend's office in Sydney, Australia, Mike Seymour with FX Guide. And it's 6:39 in the morning tomorrow. And what Mike's got is he's got a Mac Studio right here. He's got a hard drive right there. And if we look up at the top, there is his Strada Agent. And that hard drive is called FX Guide Sydney. If I go into Strada Client, I can see his files right here. These aren't cached. They're not uploading. They're not downloading. We're literally able to see the files in his actual hard drive itself. And we can even go into these files. And if you look at this one, let me just refresh. If we look at this file here, this is a ProRes 444 file. And what's cool about this is if the file is 444XQ, this is a 40 gig file. That might take you hours to upload. And it's 4K 444, and it is, almost 1,000 megabits per second. Yet we are able to see a 4K file, and we're not transferring the...
How is that working?
Well, what we're effectively doing, you could think of it like we're taking a Zoom call of your QuickTime files. Because a Zoom call isn't sending a file. There is no file, right? It's a stream. So why can't we apply the technology of all this telecommunications of streaming to video files? In fact, it's so efficient. If I look at Mike's computer, he put up his file. We can see that he's only moving 1.8 megabytes per second, only about 20 megabits per second. And you can see his computer is just very, very, very softly transmitting this. So we have the ability to do this, and we can skip to the end because there's no buffering, because there's no cloud. So it doesn't have to buffer. We're just having the file move on the drive.
I just don't understand how the quality can be that good over, especially considering the Wi-Fi in here.
This is literally a hotspot, but we're able to do this over 10 megabits. Now, if your internet is very poor, we can show you when you have really poor internet. And this is a really good example. If I look at this file, this is playing off my hotel internet. So hotel internet is very poor. And so if I go into files that are on a low internet source, it will dynamically adjust, just like Zoom or even YouTube. It wants to give you the file, so it will adaptively change the bitrate of the image to keep it accessible and make it play back in real time, but the quality is going to suffer. So if we look at this file here and I play it back, you can see the compression artifacting is higher because this is on the hotel internet in the MGM Grand, and we're sending it from there to the station here. So we have very bad internet experience on both ends, and the quality goes down. But I can still click through these files, and you can see the performance is still really good. So as I switch between different takes, we still get the files playing back, and they're pretty quick to switch. And I can still switch to the end of the file, and it'll take us right there. So I still have that random access experience. So what we've just delivered is you can save a tremendous amount of money by not having to upload to cloud storage, and you can access it just using Chrome. And the agent today can connect to almost any drive that you can mount on your computer. We're starting with Apple Silicon, and we will get users through that, and then we'll widen that out to more operating systems. But today, if you have an Apple Silicon, you can go to strada.tech and install it for free and start sharing your drives.
Cool. So there's no price yet?
We're so early that we haven't even priced this thing yet. We're so excited to get out there, and really our commitment is we're not going to charge you because in a public beta, we want the feedback. This is such a new way to work. We need to make sure that we have good performance. So the users can get it for free and then help us make sure that it works more solid. Then we'll add on more features. The next features coming are collaborations. You can invite users, downloading assets, which would be peer-to-peer downloading, and then adding comments and giving feedback. So you're giving feedback on files that are literally on someone's desk. Our hope is that if we can allow people to avoid the upload process, it's not purely about saving money. It's allowing people to give more reviews without the delays required to upload files and share them. That means on a project, between giving feedback to an editor, colorist, composer, sound mixer, art and graphics, if all of those departments got one more round of feedback because we avoided uploading, it's a better project. So there's more creative control when there's less delay.
Are you telling me you just became collaboration online tools' worst nightmare?
Oh, interesting. Look, the cloud is really exceptional. It's really good at a lot of things, but it is not optimized for video, period. And so the optimization for video and the fact that we create more content means I don't think the cloud is the end solution. It's certainly not a solution. You could store all your files for 10 years or 20 years. Nobody can afford that. And so we have to be more pragmatic about what is going to be an efficient way to work. And everybody has great hard drives and RAIDs. In fact, financially, a hard drive is 40 times cheaper at the edge than it is in the cloud. 1 gigabyte costs 40 times more in the cloud. And so for creators, we need to be accessing these awesome Thunderbolt RAIDs and drives and tools, and we think we can give them the cloud collaboration without the cost.
Very cool. It's great to see that you figured out what Strada is. I remember that first video that you posted, or the second video on the YouTube channel. You're like, what can we build? Yeah. I think you found it.
Well, I appreciate that, but that's kind of good innovation. You just keep your eyes open and listen to users. They give you feedback, and they help you figure out what to build. And we're just really excited for people to try it.
Awesome. I'm also looking forward to trying it out. Actually, that might be a good way of actually editing some of those videos in the future. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Have a good rest of the show. Although it's almost over, we're all ready to go home. And yeah, see you soon.
You got it. Bye.
Bye, guys. In case you have missed our other NAB coverage, we have tons of videos up there. Just be sure to check them out. And please don't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Bye.